The Alton Gift is a science fiction novel by Marion, Zimmer, Bradley and Deborah J.Ross in the Darkover series. It was first published in hardcover by DAW Books in 2007. The book is the first in the Children of Kings trilogy. In terms of Darkover's timeline, the book starts 3 years after the death of Regis Hastur in Traitor's Son, and is a continuation of that story. The book falls in the Darkover time period that the publisher has labeled Modern Darkover, which succeeds the departure of the Terran Federation. Plot summary. Book 1. Dominic Alton Hastur arrives at Cummin Castle in Thundara, accompanying the body of his late grandmother, Chavan Lanat Hastur. He is reunited with his cousin, Elana Ayla, an emotionally unstable young woman who is unable to control her outbursts of temper and Lauren. Dominic and Danilo series.It learn that Elana appears to have a version of the Alton Gift, which shows the possessor multiple possible futures. Elana has no control over the gift, and the episodes of precognition come on her without warning. Danilo tells her she should go to Aralyn Tower for training, but she refuses. Dominic realizes that he is becoming increasingly attracted to Elana, though he knows his family would object. They agree between themselves to a secret hand fasting. Lou Alton is suffering increasing depression and nightmares. He confides in Danilo series.It that he cannot shake the weight of the events of his life, particularly his participation in the Shara catastrophe and the battle on the Old North Road. Danilo recommends a retreat at the Cristoforo Monastery, St. Valentine of the Snows. Though he is skeptical, Lou agrees to go. Book 2. Jerem, a man living in a small village, begins to suffer threshold sickness. His family takes him to Neskaya Tower, where the keeper, Silvana, and her underkeeper, Ilana, identifies him as a Terran. As he recovers his memories, he realizes that he participated in the battle on the Old North Road. Now self-identifying as Darkover, he decides he must seek forgiveness from the Cummin Council. Silvana arranges a meeting between Jerem and Lou Alton, which proves healing for both men. Lou observes that Silvana has the Hastur gift. He believes that she may be Kira Stelli, the daughter of Regis Hastur, entrusted for protection to the Chieri in Hastur Lord. Dominic arrives at Neskar and reunites with Elena Ryder. He realizes that he loves Elena far more than he does Elana, despite his promise. He accompanies Lou, Jerem, and Elena back to Thundara. Elena tells Dominic that she accepts the nature of the relationship, that she realizes they can never marry. They encounter a man who appears to be suffering from Trailman's fever, which all believe to have been wiped out over 40 years prior. At Thundara, Jerem takes shelter in a transient camp. He meets Liam, an associate of Francisco Ryder now, who tells him that the Cummin Council will not agree to hear him. Liam turns out to be right. He takes Jerem to Francisco Ryder now, who appears sympathetic at first but drugs Jerem and takes him prisoner. Under questioning, Jerem reveals that Lou and Margarita used their Alton Gift on the Terran forces during the battles of Cummin Castle and Old North Road, in violation of Cummin custom. Book 3. Dominic, Lou, and Elena arrive at Cummin Castle in Thundara. Lou suffers a heart attack but survives. He asks Dominic to find Jerem, saying that he believes Jerem is in terrible danger. At the opening of Cummin Council season, Danilo series.It proposes that Nedestro, offspring of the Cummin, be seated in the council if they have Lauren. Accordingly, Kennard Diane Ardes legitimates 3 of his Nedestro children, including Elena Ryder. Elana discovers Dominic in conversation with Elena, and realizes they are in love. She runs, and stumbles into a back passageway that leads to Lou Alton's bedroom. Elena tells Lou her fears, and has the first honest exchange she has ever had with another human being. Again, as with Jerem, the experience experience is healing for both of them. The following day, Danilo Surtizades surprises the council with another revelation, a candidate to fill the vacant Alard seat. Darius Mikhail Zabal. Francisco Ryder now brings a drugged and beaten Jerem into the council chamber and demands that he recite Rydino's version of the battles of Cumin, Castle and Old North Road. Despite his condition, Jerem resists. Marilla Lindia Alard collapses and confusion ensues. Undeterred, Rydina accuses Mikhail Lanard Hastur of holding power unlawfully. Francisco Rydina challenges Mikhail to trial by single combat, and reluctantly, Mikhail agrees. Mikhail kills Rydina, but not before he is wounded with a poisoned blade. The keepers attending council join together to save Mikhail's life, but they are able only to slow the inevitable. Elena informs Margarita that Marilla Lindia Alard's collapse was not caused by a heart attack, but by Trailman's fever. Margarita takes a party to the abandoned Terran spaceport to search out records of the vaccine created nearly 50 years earlier to treat a similar epidemic. With Jerem's assistance, they are able to retrieve the records. Book 4. In one of the transient camp, Jerem's friend Ulm recovers from the fever. Jerem persuades him to donate blood to assist in finding a cure. The keepers join together to use Lauren to synthesize a cure, but the process is too slow. Margarita uses her shadow matrix to make a sufficient quantity, but the effort traps her in the overworld. Dominic joins his parents' hands, once again joining the ring of Vasil the Good that his father wears with his mother's shadow matrix. Margarita uses the joint power to heal her husband's wound. With the epidemic receding, Common Council gathers again. Dominic announces his engagement to Alana, but she declines, saying she needs training at a tower to master her Lauren gifts. This leaves Dominic free to marry Elena. The Keepers' Council charges Margarita with the misuse of her Lauren at the Battle of the Old North Road. While acknowledging that she saved most of the lives by doing so, they require her to finish her tower training, which had been interrupted by the events described in the Shadow Matrix. The council brings no charges against Lou, saying he is free to return to the St. Valentine of the Snows monastery. Jerem returns to his family and moves to Thandara to help prepare for the eventual return of the Federation. Major characters: Mikhail Lanard Hastur, Regent of Darkover. Margarita Alton Hastur, Mikhail's wife. Dominic Alton Hastur, Mikhail and Margarita's son. Lou Alton, Margarita's father. Danilo Surtizades, Paxman to the late Regis Hastur. Francisco Ryder, now a disgruntled common nobleman. Jerem, a former Terran Special Forces member, living on Darkover under an assumed identity. Elena Ryder, underkeeper of Neskar Tower. Alana Ayla, Dominic's cousin. Inconsistencies with other books in the series. The lineage of Darius Mikhail Zabal. In the Alton Gift, Danilo Surtizades describes Darius Mikhail Zabal as a candidate to fill the vacant Alard seat on the basis of his ancestry. Danilo presents the following genealogy. Darius is the grandson of Austra Alard, known as Austra Ryder, whose mother was Cassila Alard. Cassila is explicitly identified as the sister of Clend Ori Alard, suggesting that her parents are Damon Ryder and Jael Alard. However, in The Bloody Sun, Cassila is called Cassila Lanat Ryder, and is described as the daughter of Damon Ryder and Callista Lanarkar. In the Darkover Concordance, Walter Breen also calls Cassila by the Alard surname, but does not identify her parents at all. Publication history: June 2007, DAW Books, 97807564019-4, 466 pp. Hardcover. July 2007, DAW Books, SFBC, number 1,238,318, 466 pp. Hardcover, June 2008, DAW Books, 9780756404802, 528 pp. Paperback,